Right. Well, welcome back to the Disney Housewife Podcast. This is our first live episode, so bear with me. Today could get a little squirrely because my 9-month-old is mere steps away with grandma. So pray for us, y'all. But I have the wonderful Haley Stewart on with me today. She has a couple little travel companies, and when I say little, I mean huge. One of the best Disney travel girls on the internet. So please welcome Miss Haley Stewart.
Hello, you're too kind. You're saying all the nice things about me, building
Yeah,
my ego.
you have the glowing skin, the beautiful
Yes.
hair. Like, obviously, you were going to be successful at life.
Well, thank
Okay,
you.
well, yeah, me and Miss Haley were chatting yesterday a little bit. And one thing I was like, you know what? We never talk about before we get into all the travel stuff is how people think that because we have these like Instagrams and these accounts that we don't really work. Like, we just do all day, like play in the clouds and have fun with our kids. But like, really, we're working and we're busy. And people want so much from us like immediately. And it's just hysterical. So, let's get on your 2 cents on that.
Yeah, so being in the travel world, we live in a time where instant gratification. If you text someone, you expect a text back, or if you email, you're like, well, I emailed them, or I see that they're online, you send them. There's all these different like modes of communication to get to someone through social media, through email, through text, through phone, whatever. And I try to remind myself that you don't have to respond instantly. If you're not in the, like, if you're working or if you're not getting to where you can. And I try to kind of not train, but like set that with my clients. Like, you will hear from me, but it might not be in 2 hours. It will be within 24 hours always. But just the like remembering, you know, you might not get an answer immediately, and it's okay. But also, I think we as travel advisors have this fear of, if I don't reply to them, they're going to reach out to somebody else who will. And that is, we put that pressure on ourselves, and that's the industry, because it is like well, I've messaged three different travel advisors, it's the Hunger Games, who's going to get to them first? And sometimes the clients don't tell you that. But most of the time, my clients, they know I'm really good with communication. I try to get back to them ASAP. The best way to get to me is usually email, because most of the time my phone's on Do Not Disturb and I have notifications on social media turned off. So for me, email, I'm going to see it, I'm going to remember it, I'm going to get back to you. Whereas with Instagram, it might sit in a request, like your message. I didn't see it for like a few days. So I think, like, just remembering that people are human and we are not always glued to our phones as much as it might look like that we are.
Yeah, we're just moms, man,
Uh-huh.
but we're trying to run businesses and like I can't be everywhere at once. We just did like a quick 24-hour trip and I felt bad because I'm in one of those like engagement groups, So like everybody posts for the day. You got to make sure you respond so you don't get kicked out, all these rules. But it's great. It's really great because we all help each other. But honestly, like I could not make content, do the baby stuff survive the Disney heat and respond to all those. So I literally just was like, sorry guys, it's gonna be more than 24 hours. Like I can't do
Right.
it. But
I'm
I think
here,
that's
but
yeah, exactly. And I think that's something too, like as moms, like in general, like we have to get better at being like, no, it's gonna have to wait.
yeah, yes. I'll tell my kids that, like, I can't write this second.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the travel stuff, I totally get that. It's like cutthroat. Like if you don't respond to the client because people are so used to instant gratification, they're like, I'll just message somebody else. And you're like, crap, there goes that sale or whatever. But
Right, right. And I know, we live in a time where, especially this job, it's all about like convenience. And for me, I go to bed really early. My friends will tell you, 8:30, I'm in bed. But I have clients or friends or family, that want to text or email. And I always tell them, like, if it's after a certain time, and I have teenagers, so during the school year, after 4 p.m., it is mom mode. And while I try to be like understanding that this job, most of the time when people are thinking about travel or thinking about what they want to do, it's not near the normal business hours. So I have to, adapt to that. But also setting boundaries for myself. Like if a client emails me at 10 p.m. and I'm in bed, number one, I can't call Disney, their phone lines are off. And number two, I have to remind myself, like, there's nothing I can do right now. So just like setting boundaries, I think. I think we as moms have a hard time setting boundaries for ourselves in general, and that it's okay. It's okay to say no or not right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The mom self-care definitely like falls off. Like I always say like Disney is my self-care and my husband knows it. He's like, you haven't been to Disney lately, like you need to go. And like says he hears the change in my voice, like when I haven't been in a while. And by a while it's like 5 days and I'm like literally ready to like burn my house down. I'm like, I need a break. But
Yeah. And that's
um
for real. Like I think Disney adults we get such a bad like it's so hard for people to understand why that's your happy place when the way that maybe they've experienced it isn't that way. And, like my family knows the same thing. Like I'm gonna be at Disney once a month. And sometimes my husband comes with me, sometimes my kids, sometimes I go by myself. And that's okay. And then I think until you experience it in the way that like you have and I have and the thousands of Disney adults out there, it's hard for you to understand that we can go to Disney, be at Disney. Yes, it's expensive. I'm not going to downplay that, especially being out of state. But I can go to Magic Kingdom and not ride a single ride.
yeah.
I can grab me a coffee and just sit at the hub grass, get my spring rolls, and just be happy. Ride the people mover and just be happy, you know?
Yes, I don't think I've ever taken someone with me. Like, so I kind of have this knack for bringing people with me who either have never been because they refuse to go, or people that have been and didn't like it. And then after they go with me, they're like, wow, that was actually really enjoyable. And I'm like, I
Yes,
know.
yes. And that's what I tell my clients. I'm like, here's the deal, especially on their first trip. You can't do it all. As somebody who's been to going to Disney since I was 6 years old,
Yeah,
I've not done it all. There's always something new to experience. And I'm like, you have to have that mindset. And I also think a good mindset for anyone is maybe you'll come back. So if you have it in your head, this isn't my one and only trip, maybe you'll be a little bit more relaxed and
yeah,
think, I will come back. And I always tell people on our most recent trip that we went on, we went with some friends and we had a conversation about this. The people that say, I hated Disney and I never want to go back didn't do it correctly.
yeah.
They did not do Disney right.
Yeah, and it like they get overwhelmed and overstressed and like they didn't take time to slow down and enjoy it because they were
Right.
constantly thinking about, okay, we got to get here, we got to go there, reservations there. Like,
Yes.
I just saw this like post about like the 3-2-1 rule. Are you down with that? Do you know anything about that? Okay.
I
It was
march to the beat
like,
of my own drum when I'm at Disney.
yeah, it was like somebody recommending like if it's your first trip at Disney, follow the 3-2-1 rule. And it was like, you know, pick 3 rides or attractions you want to do, 2 experiences, and like 1 dining reservation. And
Yeah.
I'm like, even that can get overwhelming if the
It,
3 rides you pick have 2-hour waits.
well, and also, I don't, this is going to be a really unpopular opinion, and people might say, "Oh, it's
Let's
because
go.
you go to Disney all the time." But sometimes I think the lightning lanes limit you and control you a little bit.
Yeah,
Like and again, yes, we go to Disney a lot. We do have that luxury. But we went on a big family trip. We paid for the lightning lanes and we all know how it can be complicated. And the thing is like I felt like I was more focused on okay, we have to be here by this time. Versus when we go and we don't do lightning lanes, it's more of a like, let's just do whatever we want to do feel. And the
yeah, I
lightning lanes
agree.
aren't cheap, and you want
Right.
to get your money's worth.
Yeah,
And things like that. And I will say a positive about the lightning lane is our family are not, we're not rope droppers.
yeah.
And a lot of people are, a lot of people want to ask me like my strategy, like when do you rope drop? No, I do not. I have teenagers. We just don't do that. I do like that I can schedule my first lightning lane at 11. and not have to stress about getting the kids up and go, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go, because that's not enjoyable for anyone. And anyone that has teenagers knows they
Yes.
they they are creatures of habit. They are, if you try to wake them up, good
Forget
luck.
it. Your day is ruined. Like they
Yeah.
will destroy you and eat you for breakfast.
Yes.
No, I totally agree. The lightning lane thing, we occasionally do it, but at this point, the way it's been lately, it's too like overpopulated, right? So even when I stay on property, like I will do early entry, but I won't rope drop, if that makes sense. Like if I stay
Right.
on property and I have that, I will totally do that. But I'm not gonna rope drop because I like to be on the other side of my early entry and see like the mass horde of people coming in. And
Yes.
I'm like, not
Yes.
for me.
Uh-huh.
But lightning lanes, like I will book them and they will be like evenings only. And I'm
Hmm.
just like, what? By the time I book it and I supposedly have like the drop on it because it's 7 days early, I'm still like, if it's not 12:01 in the morning and you're hitting refresh, like you can't get good lightning lanes anyways.
Right.
So I'm like, why bother? All right,
Well,
Mr.
the
Baby sounds like he's having like a
oh,
whole fit right
well,
now, so I'm gonna go investigate that.
okay. And I'm just gonna sit here and drink my coffee.
Okay,
Okay,
back
glad
around
you're
for the
back. I felt awkward sitting here alone.
no, you poor devil. You should have been like, okay, so anyways, now it's my show. Ooh.
I was like, yes, I'm actually extremely introverted, even though I appear to be extremely extroverted. What do I do with my hands?
Oh my gosh, isn't there like a movie where someone's like, what do I do with my hands? And he keeps putting them up and they have to keep shoving down. I
Yeah.
swear it's like a Will
Yeah,
Ferrell movie or something.
that's me. I always tell people I'm like, a very super awkward person. And they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, I really am. I just pretend that I'm not, but I'm very awkward. Just I just am. I'm awkward. And I'm the type of person that it's like, why did you say that? And then I think about it later and I'm like, well, it's been said, so we're gonna live with that decision.
It already happened. Yeah, all right. So, anyways, baby disaster averted for now. Back to the lightning lanes thing. Yeah, there is no rope drop strategy because you lunch drop is what I heard.
You want strap. Well, we will
Yeah.
pay for the individual ones.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do really like, I support that. We always do Guardians, of course,
Yeah.
and Flight of Passage. We since I have older kids, we do a lot of single rider. If it's single rider, I'm like, let's let's do that. That works for us. I know people with little kids, obviously, you can't do single rider, or maybe you're not comfortable with it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a money grab, and I mean, I have like guides and things that I send to clients, and like strategies and practices that, like, if that's what they want to do. But like me personally, that is not how a Disney day for me looks.
Yeah.
And even when my kids were little and we hadn't been to Disney hundreds of times, the first trip we took was a nightmare because I overplanned. I had these two little boys and I was like, we got to go here. We got to go here. Oh, wait, look at this time. Now we have this dining reservation. And like, my husband's like, it was miserable, the first time we took our kids. And I somehow talked him into going back. And the second time we did everything opposite. We did no plans. It was just kind of like, well, if we want to do it, we'll do it. If we don't, we won't. And that is how I Disney now is we go with the flow. A lot of times I don't even book dining for ourselves at the 60-day mark. I just kind of do it on the fly
Yeah,
because things open up, people cancel, people change their mind. And, it's hard to plan your whole week of vacation or try to, you try to plan it. And then, of course, things happen. And I think if you over plan, like what we're talking about, you don't leave room for the unexpected things to happen as well. The things that people talk about, the Disney magic. And if you're too
yeah.
worried about what you're going to do next.
That's true. The Disney magic hits me at least once per trip where I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't have to, get here on time or I wouldn't have been able to enjoy that. Like the character stuff. Like when I do
Yes.
early entry, last week I did early entry. I think I was staying at Pop Century or something. It was like a quick, like, where can I get in right now thing. Um, and I went in with the goal to like shoot for like a brand rep thing with Tower Pop Magic, and I wanted to do the Cinderella Castle. And I'm like, I gotta get there early. I gotta beat these people and stamp my photos, whatever. But on my journey there, like I was like, I'm gonna take the scenic route. I hopped on the carousel. And on my way to the carousel, I got to see Mickey Mouse doing like Simon Says in front of the castle with kids. I get on the carousel. Chip and Dale were on it right before me. So I got to watch Chip and Dale on the carousel. I'm on the carousel. Belle is meeting people. Tigger's bouncing around in the background, and I just got to
Yeah.
sit, like enjoy it and take it all in. And I'm like, this is nice. Like, but I don't think a lot of people know like about like those free roaming opportunities where you just like maybe run into a character or whatever. Like,
Just
I
take a
don't know.
minute. I know there was
Yeah.
when our kids were little, we had an early like reservation at Cinderella's Royal Table. And we had
Mhm.
a moment like that where we came in, we were at the, at the other side of the castle, like where the
Yeah.
carousel is, so the back side, and the stage show had started, and the cast member said, "Come stand right here." So we came all the way up, and every single one of the characters came over there and talk to our kids. I mean, like I videoed the whole thing and I was like, this is just an unexpected moment. Like they were like, oh, you're reserved. They're not gonna, you're fine. So because we were like, we have to be here by this time. And it was just like we were in the right place at the right time and we were enjoying that moment with our kids. And it's something that, I'll keep forever because it's like seeing every single one of the characters on the stage show came over and like made over our kids, and that was magical for them. I mean, now they're teenagers. I have to make them see the characters because it's magical for me. And
But once they get to this weird teen stage, it might be magical for them again. Like they'll
yes,
be the next Disney adults.
yes,
So yeah,
they
yeah,
will
we'll
for
get
sure.
there.
I tell them like my son's girlfriend, and when the kids are dating, I'm like, they need to know that this is a Disney family,
Yeah,
like what they're getting
100%.
into.
Yeah. My son refuses to go. My oldest, he's 16. Like you can't tell him anything. And he does not like Disney. He never has, even though I brought him, from the time he popped out of the womb to net, like, until about 10 is when he started protesting. And I don't know why. He doesn't really have a reason for it. He just says he hates it. And I'm like, oh, I have to get a
He
new
hates it
son.
because you love it.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. Like it's spiteful. I don't know, but hopefully it doesn't happen with the baby. He's already been like 80 times and he's 9 months old. I don't.
Breeding it in him or the
I
baby. I don't know
hope
if the baby's a
so.
boy or a girl. Breeding it in your baby.
Yeah, he's a boy. Yeah, that and Star Wars, like that's all forceful, really. Like, poor kid, poor kid. He doesn't get any personal choice.
You're here because I say you're here and you're doing
Yeah.
this
Mhm,
because
mhm.
I'm here and I want to do it.
Yeah. I love your take on the lightning lane thing, though. It doesn't get said enough. There's just a lot of like Disney hot takes that don't get addressed, I think, where I'm like, this is asinine. Who would do this? Like,
Right. And I think it works for some people. And honestly,
yeah,
like if this is I think some people enjoy it, enjoy that's just not me. It gives me a lot of anxiety.
mhm,
And then it like comes out and then I have to remind myself like they're experiencing this trip too. This is a
yeah.
trip for your family as well. Like, kind of just relax and it's it's working for me.
One thing that I like actually loved doing that I almost didn't do is when we stayed at Fort Wilderness for our big family trip because we only take all the kids once a year because there's five of them now. Like we're outnumbered. I cannot do that many kids and my husband for a long time. So we went in February. We did Fort Wilderness. Obviously, it has like the most bang for our buck when we have that many people and we need activities to fill a day or whatever. But we got a golf cart,
Yes,
and I was like, I'm not getting no stupid golf cart. That's ridiculous. And at the last second, I was like, let's get it. Man, I loved that golf cart. That place is huge,
it
and
is.
there's no parking at the settlement or whatever for normal cars. So if you don't want to wait on the bus, which has to stop 800 times
Mhm.
around the resort.
Yes,
I'm like,
always get a
yeah.
golf cart. That
Oh,
is, I mean, and I think Fort Wilderness is
yeah.
great for families. Um, but I always tell my clients that want to stay there, like, consider getting a golf cart
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
and booking it early because they're not always available when you get there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
And if you have a
super.
16-year-old, the 16-year-old can drive the golf cart
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah. My girls were like, "What do you mean we can't drive it?" I was like, girl, I don't trust you to drive it anyways. Even if we weren't, like, if we were in our backyard, I wouldn't let you drive a golf cart. You're nuts. Like, yeah, no. Hard
you're not
pass.
responsible.
No, they like the one can't find an item in the refrigerator because she just doesn't look. Like she'll just be standing there with the fridge open, like, I don't see it. And I'm like, girl, it's in there, trust me. And she will fight me tooth and nail on it too, like, it's in here. No, it's not. And I'm like, it is. And then I'll have to come over and then poof, it magically appears.
But if you have to move anything,
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah,
it's not there because you had to move this bottle of ketchup to find this.
exactly. Yeah. Hashtag lazy. Okay, so like resort wise, do you have a favorite one? And I don't care if it's family related, if it's couples trip, like what is your absolute favorite resort?
Okay, so this is kind of we've stayed at, as a family, we've stayed at almost every resort on property. There's a couple that we haven't stayed at. Actually, there's only one, Old Key West. And I'll tell you why, because I feel like Old Key West is not near anything. And I'm all about proximity. Um, and, you know, being close to the parks. I like to be able to walk to the parks if I can. So honestly, like my favorite probably is the Polynesian because I feel like when I'm there, maybe I'm also somewhere else. Like when you walk around, the grounds like in the village, it kind of doesn't feel like you're at Disney, but then you turn around and there's the castle, then you can see the castle like right there. Um, my kids all have their own favorites. My youngest son, River, his favorite is the Riviera Resort. We got really lucky during COVID when Disney reopened and we got upgraded for the price of an Art of Animation suite to a two-bedroom. That will never happen again. But we've stayed there since then. But that's his favorite resort. And anytime we've stayed anywhere else, he's like, this isn't the Riviera. Um, we also really like Yacht and Beach because of, again, the proximity to being able to
Yeah,
get to Epcot. We love Epcot. And yeah, so that would probably be my husband's is Wilderness Lodge. He loves
yeah,
Wilderness Lodge, like the vibe. But yeah, like we're deluxe people. We're kind of bougie. We're resort people. We're not the type that it's like, well, you're just sleeping there. Well, for us, we like the whole experience. I will say, and not that I'm against the value resorts. I stay there when I, want to go for cheap. But I feel like for me personally, I don't like to come home from a trip, even if it's just me traveling by myself and not feel like I got rest. And sometimes I feel like the value resorts is a little bit louder. You can kind of hear what's going on outside your room. And I get kind of, like I need my sleep, but that's just a personal thing. I think Pop Century is great. I think the All-Star resorts are great for like that Disney. When people come to Disney, they want to like have that Disney feel.
yeah,
And same thing with like Art of Animation. We love the family suites. I love Art of Animation. I think it is like the cutest resort on property. I think sometimes people kind of get like with the value resorts, they'll like turn their nose up or won't don't want to stay there. I
yeah,
think they serve their purpose. And I think if you stay at a value resort, you can save money on the room and maybe, do something else. Maybe you have the money that you would have spent on this hotel, like staying at the Polynesian. Maybe you could do a VIP tour or something, if that fits in your budget. But resort wise, we like Crescent Lake or the Polynesian and Magic Kingdom area.
Yeah, I love the Polynesian. That's definitely top pick. And I am so bougie. My husband hates it. But like literally every time we stay at a value resort, I have something to bitch about. Every time. I'm like, oh no, XYZ, and totally hit it like nail on the head about the volume situation
Yes.
because I hate the stampeding herd of elephants if I'm on the ground floor above me, even next to me, slamming doors, screaming, running up and down the hallway. Like I'm old. I need to sleep.
Yes.
And I am the person that can hear like a mouse fart across the house. Like I can hear you. I
That's me. I will
can't
say
sleep.
we were at the yacht club though, I don't know, a month or two ago, and we could hear there was a I could hear their whole conversation. They were out on the balcony and I could hear all about their personal life. And anyway, it was so loud. And I mean, it was after 11. So I think quiet hours at Disney are 11
Yeah.
p.m. to, I believe, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I believe that's the quiet hours.
Yep.
And we didn't even have to call and complain because we heard the security guard saying, like, hollering up to them, like, it's 11:30 at night, And
Shut the
that's,
hell
I'm with
up.
you. Like, I don't want to, if you're enjoying yourself, like, I'm all about it, but I don't want to hear your conversation.
No. Yeah. Well, money does not buy manners,
That's right.
unfortunately.
That is very true. That is very, very true. Yes.
I need that on a shirt, and then like the picture will be the Grand Floridian or something. But
Well, we stayed at the Waldorf Astoria on this last trip because I wanted to try something. Because again, we like nice accommodations.
yeah.
And while the Waldorf is considered, like a good neighbor, it's a Disney
Yeah.
affiliated hotel, um, we loved the experience that we had, even though it wasn't like close to the parks. Like you had to really like monitor the bus times, which again was fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just did like a Uber or a Lyft, depending on where we were going. But the experience that we had, I mean, in comparison, because it's an actual like five-star hotel, in
Yeah.
comparison, like the different food options. I mean, you get tired of chicken tenders every day,
Cheeseburgers and fruit
cheeseburger, yeah,
platters.
cheese pizza. Yeah, you get tired of that. So it was nice to have like other food options. Um, but again, you pay for it because there's no dining plan. Not that we don't really do the dining plan for our family just because with the free dining right now that Disney's doing, all my kids are adults, so it doesn't benefit me. But I think, like that kind of helped us expand our Disney bubble a little bit and stay somewhere that, yes, is Disney affiliated, but isn't necessarily on property. And I mean, we really enjoyed it. We enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to pick a place like off property, like honestly, because of all the amenities. Like if you're going to Disney regularly, like like you expect certain things, and when you don't have them, you're like, this is hell.
Yeah.
Like I stayed at the Westgate recently, and it was like immediate regret one after the other. Like I was just like texting my husband the whole time, like, you're not gonna believe this. Guess what happened? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. But I can't do, I do a lot of solo trips with the baby. So me and the baby go almost every week. My husband only gets to come like once a month. Um, After that came out of my mouth, I'm like, that's still so spoiled. Shut
But you
up.
live in Florida. So
But
people
yeah, but
that
I live
follow
here.
me that might not know that, like you live in Florida.
Yeah.
If I said I come once a week, people would be like, mm-hmm, you live in Kentucky.
Yeah, so like I can't use the bus system because the stroller I bring like carries all the stuff because I can't carry it. So I can't fold the stroller up and hold the baby and get on the bus. So we always
Yes.
have to drive. So that's like another thing that even staying on property, I know I'm within like a 10-minute drive. Whereas like going out of the bubble, I'm like, oh, now it's like 15, 20. And then I'm like, ew,
And that's something
cramping.
people don't think about when they rent or stay off property at Airbnbs. They're like, oh, it says 10 minutes from Disney. And I'm like, from the perimeter,
Right.
like maybe from the gate, but like not from the park, not from like the things that people don't think about. Like
And
I
they
get
don't tell you about rush hour either, you know?
no, no, and that even though it says 10-minute drive, like I mean, I live in a super small town. We're close to nothing. And my kids always laugh like when we're in Florida. I mean, there's been times that we've rented cars and we've stayed off property or we've stayed at friends' houses. And I mean, we've done all the things too. But a 10-mile drive is like 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And like us here in a small town, a 10-mile drive is, 10 or 12 minutes. And
Yeah.
people forget like staying outside the bubble that, yeah, you have a car, you can hop in your car, you can do whatever you want, but like be prepared because it's going to take you 30 or more
Yeah.
extra minutes to get where you're going. And then parking, and then, all the things and the Magic Kingdom parking lot. Like I have heart palpitations thinking about it. Like I've gotten lost in that parking lot and been like, well, I guess I'm going to live here now.
Same. I have to tell the story. So there was one day where me and my husband went all day. We did like a turn and burn, we call it. Like we drove up the 3 hours, spent the whole day like till fireworks and then came out, and left and then drove home. So it like rained on us. Like we were having like the wildest day. Like it was great, but like we got rained on. So we're soaking wet. It's the end of the day. It's literally like 12 o'clock at night or morning. And we're walking out to the parking lot and my foot is hurting for whatever reason. Like geriatric girl is going off that day. And I'm like, my ankle, my foot, whatever. And I'm like gimping through the parking lot and we can't find the car. And I'm like, no, I swear it's over here. And he's like, no, it's over here. And it's like one of those like I Love Lucy moments where you listen to the wife, but everybody else knows the wife was wrong, but that the husband had to listen to her because she's a
Yeah.
nutcase. So he's like, okay, dear. So yeah, we like hoof it all the way over. And I'm like, I don't think our car is here. And he's
I
like,
think
yeah,
you're
no
right.
shit. Yeah. But we found like a wheelchair in the parking lot. And I was like, you're gonna have to push me. Like I can't go on. Like I'll crawl. I can't do it. But yeah, so hubby pushed me to the car, which was located exactly where he thought.
And they do have the car locator on the app, but like if you are directionally challenged, that
Yeah.
doesn't matter
The app
what
and
the car
maps.
locator says.
I hate the app maps, like for everything. Like my phone just doesn't get along with it. Like even like the start walking on the app, I'm like,
Yes.
it's just not walking with me. I
It's
don't
either
like it.
ahead or behind.
Yes. And I'm like,
Hmm.
wait, and then I've gone too far and I'm like, oops. Like
Yes.
I don't like that. All right. So what is like your most like unhinged park moment, do you think?
Um, you know, that's a good question. Unhinged. I don't really, it maybe isn't a park moment. It's maybe more of a Disney cruise moment.
Totally fine.
Um,
Yeah.
we were on a cruise, the family and I, and like when we cruise, we love Disney cruise. We all kind of do our own thing. We're like, it's a vacation for everybody. And there'll be times that like we don't see our kids all day, or like my husband and I don't see each other because he's at the spa and and I'm somewhere else.
Yeah.
So this moment, we had all kind of been doing our own thing. And my husband and I were just at one of the lounges at the Bon Voyage bar on the Dream. And I like make friends with people everywhere I go. I like to talk. And the bartender, the second drink he gave me, I believe, was 4 times stronger than the first. And we came back to get ready for dinner. And I don't know where Matt went. I honestly do not know. But I was getting ready. And I guess I just had a little bit too much. And my kids are like, "Where's dad?" Like, we don't feel safe. Where's dad? I'm like, I'm fine, guys. They're like, do you need to lay down? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just maybe drinking a little bit too much would maybe be a unhinged moment. But also, like, I was like, I'm too old to be drinking like this. Like, if my kids are like, you need to chill, then that's a moment of like, okay, clarity. Like, I'm
Whoops.
embarrassing them, and we're not even around anyone, and I don't even know what I'm doing. So.
Yeah.
I'm very like in the parks. I try, you watch people who are having,
Yeah.
like, my kids will say they've lost their Disney magic, or and you see that happening, and I think I'm just very like self-aware. Like, I don't want us to have a moment like that where we're and other people are like, oh, they've lost their Disney magic,
Mhm.
and I always hate that for families because it's, you're hot, your kids are not cooperating, you're tired, your feet hurt, you've been going all day long, and then this happens, and you lose your Disney magic.
Yeah, we call them Disney minutes. Yeah, like when the Disney minutes are ticking, it's like that's like the code red. Like usually it's because we need to feed me because I'm gonna get
Hmm.
angry and like snap on somebody.
Yes.
I cannot. Yeah, you're right though. I think mine was we went to be our guest. It was the more recent family trip, so we had all the kids plus a new baby. He was only like I think he had just turned 6 months. Yeah, because it was just in February. So he's 6 months old, and we're um, hot, tired. I'm well beyond hangry because our reservation was like a late dinner. It was like one of those moments where I'm like, we either pick an early one or a late one. What do you guys want to do? So we picked late, and we get in there, and we're in. I forget what the section is called, but it's like one of the dark rooms. I think it's the book room or something in the back. Um, and the baby's cranky, and my kids are doing stupid shit. Like, I didn't want to eat that. What is this? And I was just like, this is not the time. This is not, I need the bread basket stat before I answer your question.
Yes. Yes.
And the baby is like crying, crying, crying. And he takes like a massive baby poo explosion. So I stand up with him in the middle of that section and I'm like patting him because he's crying about it. I'm collecting the stuff to go to the bathroom and he projectile vomits
Oh my
all over.
God.
And I'm in like the most amount of vomit I've ever in my life out of a baby. Like you hear it before you realize what's happened. And I'm just like frozen in fear because everybody just saw this baby puke all over the floor and me. And I'm like, mortified and I just lost it and I started crying and like I just was like a total bitch the rest of the time. I was like, of course, I have to deal with it. And like
Yep.
I freaking snapped. And then like the waiter was like terrified of me. Like he was so scared to come back to the
You read the
table.
room.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that was such a bad moment for me. Like
Well,
honestly embarrassing behavior from me because I was such a bitch.
but you were, I mean, again, like you said, I mean, you said it. Moms feel like they have to, of course, this is happening to me. Of course, the
Yeah.
baby is puking on me. Like, you
Yeah.
can't puke on
The
dad.
dad.
Yeah. You know, and
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very real moment. I think everyone, maybe not to that exact moment, but having that moment of why is this happening to me? Like,
Yeah.
why is it me? And I feel like us as moms, that we're the magic makers, the vacation makers, the we want everything to be just perfect and carrying the weight on our shoulders. And then whenever we have a moment that, like, I feel like when it comes to taking photos with my kids, I'm like, I just want a photo. Like, I'm just asking for like a cute photo of our family, and
Yeah.
they're like, why? Why do we have to do this? And,
Mhm.
it's like, because this is something I'm asking for you to do. That's why. When you pay for the vacation, you can make the calls. That was kind of
Exactly.
what we said on our last trip. Well, when you pay for the trip, you can decide
Mhm.
what we do. But I'm paying for
Right.
it, so we're going to take this photo.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, we don't ask a lot from our kids. No mom really does. Like, I just want a damn photo. Do
Yes.
it. Stand
Yes.
here, smile there, look happy.
You're having a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that day I actually had a tooth infection that like had started on the trip.
Oh
So
my
my
God.
face had like started swelling. Like I was in so much pain. On top of that one, I think that's really what pushed me over the edge was like the pain factor. Like that just is not good for anybody. And I was like, man, like, ugh. Poor baby though. Like he was just getting sick or something, and I'm like pissed at him for it. Like, how
Yeah.
dare you puke on your mom, you little
Yeah. And
baby.
poop and all the baby things.
Hmm. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Um, man, Disney travel and motherhood is like something that does not fuse together seamlessly. Like, I don't know why, but it doesn't. Like, we work our asses off to make these trips like perfect for our kids, and like half of it is like, I don't know, like bitching and complaining. And I'm just like, and then I'm always like, why did I even do this? I have so much more fun without you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, this is why I leave you at home.
You're not invited to the next family trip. I am the family. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I am the
Goodbye.
family.
Yeah. So it's all about mom, you know. Jeez. What do you think, like travel wise? Like, so you're a cruise girl,
Yes.
and then there's obviously the parks. Have you been to like out of country or out of like or California or even?
We've done, or I've done Disneyland. Yes. We have not been out of country yet. That is next year. We're doing Disneyland Paris. We're taking a big European trip next year. We have some things that we've been invited as a family to go and do and try and experience. And I mean, we're not being hosted by Disneyland Paris, but
No.
that's we're just going to do it because we're there. But yes, or I have done Disneyland in California. And in comparison to Disney World, I mean, it's so much more relaxed. Not having to fold up a stroller. I mean, I haven't had kids in strollers in 5 or 6 years, but not having to fold up a stroller, just to be able to walk in between the parks. And I know like Disneyland, the good neighbor aspect, there's only three on-site resorts. So then the good neighbor aspect is like very appealing to families because it can walk to the parks. It's not a long, it seems like more obtainable to families. Now, us being on this side of the United States, getting there is the
Yeah.
expense. Flying there is a lot, but I think the actual like it's less overwhelming when I mean, I have so many West Coast friends. Anytime I'm posting that I'm back at Disney, they'll comment, wrong coast, wrong park. You're supposed to come here. And I would love to go to Disneyland like I do Disney World, but I mean,
Not
it's
for
a
you
time
though.
change. Well, for me, I mean, I'm Central Time Zone. It's a time difference, a bigger time difference than going to Florida. And the flight is, 4.5 hours. It's not like an easy, like I can be in Orlando, the flight's an hour and 15 minutes. Like I can be there quickly. And then,
Yeah.
or coming home, like the last time I was in Florida, I was home, I was at Disney at 11 and I was home by 3 in the afternoon. Like it was wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. When I lived in Georgia, I loved it. It was literally like an hour flight, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like,
Yes. Just
yeah,
hop on and go.
yeah. I really want to go to Disneyland, but like I'll have to drive. Like I can't get on a plane like at all. Like medically I can't because they're like I end up with vertigo every single time, like
Oh, wow.
get out for days. So I'm like, I have to drive and I'm like, ooh, that's a long haul.
You'll be like road tripping across America.
Right. I'm like, it could be really fun. Definitely would have to like vlog the whole thing and like show all the crazy things that happen when a psychotic Disney housewife drives across the country for a mouse. But
Yeah, we do what we have to do
maybe I'll write a book after, who knows?
to get that fixed, get that hit of dopamine.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, Mr. Baby's having another meltdown. It's been almost an hour. We should probably go back to real life at some point. All right. Well, okay. Most important thing, tell everybody where they can follow you and support you and send you lots of love.
So you can follow us on Instagram at happily.ever.haley, Haley. No offense, that's the proper way to spell it. Travel. And you can also follow our business page at Four Voyagers Travel. We're on Facebook, but we post more of our life and things on Instagram. You'll see more of that over there. And if you want to work with someone, if it's not me, I have people that work with me that they would love to help you plan whatever trip it is, Disney, Disney Cruise, Disneyland, Disney World, whatever. And even if it's not Disney, your
Awesome.
road
I
trip
love
across
that.
America.
Yes. I love that you're open to all travel, by the way.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Well, if you guys love this episode, make sure you follow me, follow Miss Haley. Stay at Castle Mom is my actual Instagram, but I will see you guys next week. I'm tired. This baby is screaming at me. We gotta go. Peace out, guys.